Hey guys, welcome to athletic yoga on this super rainy Monday morning. I hope everyone got out this weekend. I'm Stephanie Johnson for those of you who don't know me, and I will be teaching your yoga class today. So athletic yoga is a class that's a little bit more challenging. It should be getting your blood flowing. You should also feel pretty loose and mobile at the end. We're going to be working on some core work. We're going to be working on lengthening out the hamstrings. Hey G, yeah, I've been with Balance for the last 3 years. I've been teaching for yoga for the last year, and I've been teaching yoga for a really long time. So if you have any questions, you can always message me separately or send some comments there in the bottom of the video there. And in terms of equipment, I would recommend a block or a strap. If you don't have these, you can improvise. So instead of a block, you can use like a pillow or even a blanket that's folded up. Instead of a strap, you can use a resistance band or a scarf. Yeah, a little bit more about me. I'm also a chiropractor during the day, although right now I'm not practicing for obvious reasons, though hopefully soon as things start to calm down. Another life hack, something you might see me do, so my hands and feet will get really dry sometimes, and it'll make the mat very slick, and I might make some poses like a tree pose a little challenging. So I'll get some water and put it on my hands, and that helps with that. So if you see that going on, that is what is happening. And a Spotify playlist, I attach that to the post, but I don't have premium, so sorry about that. You can also choose your own music. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So what I want you to do is to grab first your block, or you're going to go ahead and grab your folded up blanket or your pillow here. Hey Wendy, and you're going to put it here on your mat so that you can sit on it. And if it's not enough, if your knees are bothering you, you can always add more. This should be relatively comfortable. Let's see, there's a little bit more of you. Hey Katie. So what we're gonna do, start a little bit relaxed here. You can just put your hands, I'm gonna take one out here. Hands on your knees, and we're gonna wake up our neck. So we're gonna go ahead and bring our chin down to the chest and look up. This is something that's nice to do every morning after we've spent the whole night with our heads propped up or in some weird way. And then looking side to side, see what's tight. And then ear to one shoulder and the other. Okay, and from here, let's go ahead and interlace our fingers. Reach our arms up, similar to what we were doing last week. You're going to reach those shoulders first by the ears, and then you're going to relax those shoulders down so you get nice space around the neck. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and stretch over to that left side. Keeping lateral, you should feel a nice stretch along the side of your body. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, turn the body so you're facing towards the ground. Keeping the base of your spine upright, you're just rounding the top of your spine, your thoracic spine, and move back to the side. Come all the way up. Let go of those hands, feeling the blood moving through the arms. Interlace your fingers the other way. Bring those arms down and up. Again, shoulders by the ears, trying to touch the ceiling. And then relax the shoulders down, space softens around the ears, stretching over to that right side. Again, keeping the shoulders stacked, nothing going forward yet. Feeling a nice stretch along the ribs, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, keeping the lumbar lower back straight, turning the body facing towards the ground, feeling that stretch in the upper back, over to the side, all the way up, and arms down. Interlace your fingers behind you and just reach your hands down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, gazing up. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you can go ahead and just bring those arms forward and reach those fingertips along the ground and let the head drop. And take a deep breath in here, exhaling out. And one more time. Exhaling all the way out. And then walk your hands all the way up. Bring your hands behind you. Have the fingers pointed back. And open up the shoulders. Try to press those palms into the mat. Opening the chest up towards the sky. Waking up that spine. And then coming all the way up right here. Let's go ahead and take the block out or the pillow, blanket, what have you. Let's move ourselves onto all fours. So we're going to have the hands directly under the shoulders, hips over the knees. And we're going to move first into our cat. So you're going to press through the palms, let the head drop, and tuck that tailbone under. Moving the spine into full flexion from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And then tilt that tailbone up and gaze up. And then exhale, press to the ground, round the back. Head drops, tail drops. Breathing in, tail up, head up. And then exhale again one more time. Press to the ground, rounding the spine. Really tuck that chin. Really press to the ground. Tuck that tailbone under. And tailbone now up and gaze up. And then back to all fours into a flat back here. From here, let's go ahead and extend that right arm out and left leg out. And again, trying to keep those hips level, so not lifting that leg as high as you can, but keeping it level here. And then reach those fingers long, trying to touch opposite sides of the room. Then you can bring the knee and elbow in, or if you want to bring everything further, you can, engaging the abs. Breathing in, stretch, and exhale. And twice more, stretch, and in. And every time you lengthen, imagine your fingers and toes are going to touch opposite sides of the room, and then they come in. Everything back to all fours. Left arm out, right leg out. Then stretching long, reach, and exhale everything in. Breathing, stretch, that extra reach, and everything in will keep the blood moving through just a little bit more. And last one. Back to all fours. From here, go ahead and tuck those toes under. You're going to pick up the knees, and you're going to push yourself into a downward dog. Now with the downward dog, it being the first one of the morning, the hamstrings I know are tight. If your knees are a little bit bent right now, that's fine. You probably still feel the stretch in the hamstrings. So from here, both hands on the mat, push the mat away from you, opening up the shoulders, reach those heels down towards the mat, and reach the butt up towards the sky. So as you push the mat away, lengthen the shoulders, heels down, hips up, and pedaling out the feet, bending one knee and then the next. Reaching both feet down, heels down, rise up one of those toes and heels down. One more time. From here, let's go ahead and pick up that right leg. First, keep the hips square. The leg's not going to go up very high. And then as you open up the hips some more, the leg will go much higher. Pressing through the mat, opening up the shoulders, and then bending that knee. And as you bend the knee, try to bend it as much as possible. So you're trying to kick your butt with your foot. But while you're doing this, try not to skew the shoulders so you have equal weight in the right and left palms. So you can keep the shoulders square and keep pushing the mat away from you. And then stretch those toes up towards the sky or the heel if you have your foot flexed. And then bring the knee to the chest, bring it all the way forward into a lunge. And just take a moment here, let the hips start to relax. Feel gravity push you down. And be nice to yourself. It's the morning, it's Monday. Go ahead and bring that left leg behind you or that right leg behind you and push yourself back to a down dog. And let's move to the other side. So now the left leg comes up first, the hips are square. Leg won't go very high, and then as you open up the hip, leg goes a little higher. Pushing the mat away from you with the hands, and then bending that knee and trying to kick your butt with your heel. And then remembering the shoulders. Even weight between the right and left palms as you push that mat away from you. Again, still trying to kick your butt with the heel. And then reaching that heel up towards the sky, or you can point those toes. Bend the knee to the chest all the way forward. Move into your lunge. And again, just feel your body breathe into this. It feels like a big exhale in the hips as you let go of the muscles and stay in the position. You don't need to force anything. Go ahead and bring that left leg back behind you, moving yourself into a plank. From here, let's go ahead and lower down onto our belly. And then you're going to bring those arms forward with the elbows under the shoulders, palms flat on the ground. And from here, you're just going to pull the ground towards you. And you'll feel the front of your torso lengthen. And you can feel your spine lengthen through the neck and through the crown of the head, really pulling that ground towards you. Lowering yourself all the way down, hands under the shoulders, pushing yourself into a child's pose. So making your knees nice and wide. Use the mat to push yourself down into the feet. Your body sinks between the knees, and you can just nestle down into the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling all the way out. And we'll set our intention again for the day. So as you take the next few breaths here in child's pose, bring some awareness to where your distractions might lie right now. And anywhere that you're panicked or your mind is wandering, and just know that for the rest of this hour, let's go ahead and place that outside the door or outside the window to the best that you can, and just focus on this time for you. Just so you can let the breath move through the body, and then you can come back to the distractions a little bit later for that, okay? So from here, in the child's pose, let's go ahead and use those hands to walk yourself all the way up to seated. You're going to bring those knees in, tuck those toes under, and you're going to rock onto those heels into a squat. Feeling that stretch in the Achilles, and just rock forward and back. And one more time. And then go ahead and bring those hips up towards the sky, moving into your forward fold. Again, the hips or the knees can be slightly bent if that helps you for your hamstrings right now. And then let the head drop. Hold on to the elbows. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Wiggle out the body. Take a breath in. Exhaling out. And then let go of those hands. From here, let's go ahead and walk ourselves out into a plank. We're just going to go ahead and rock forward and back, side to side. Move ourselves in a circular direction one way, and circular direction the other way. And then we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. If it's better to be on your wrists or on your elbows, go ahead and do that. Of course, we'll set the timer here, but hold it for a little bit less than that 30, because I was talking. And as you're in this plank, press through the palms, and remember the engagement here in the core, so you're not sinking, your hips aren't coming down. Try not to let those shoulder blades collapse. If anything, you can even challenge yourself by pressing through the hands and letting them round. Okay, let's go ahead and move into a side plank here. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our left side. Again, you can be on the elbows or you can be on the hand. And then staying here, you can have one foot in front of the other, or you can challenge yourself with that starfish, and you can bring up that top leg. Let's see. You just have a little bit more here and finding your breath. About 5 more seconds. Okay, coming down. Let's move to the other side. Okay, so onto that right hand or that right elbow. Let's go ahead and bring that arm up. And again, that front leg, that top leg can be in front or it can be stacked. You can also challenge yourself with that starfish. You can bring up that top leg. Really building the heat in the body. And feeling the sweat start to start. Okay, 5 more seconds. And coming down out of this. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and move through our vinyasa. So on our plank, we're gonna go ahead and move into our chaturanga. And then move into the up dog. And let's take a moment here in the up dog. With the up dog, I don't want you to just crouch and crunch your lower back. You want to think of your abdominals engaging, so they feel like a rubber band that's being stretched. So your lower back is always being protected. From here, let's move into our down dog, pushing ourselves up, hips up, hands flat on the mat, reaching those heels down towards the ground. Rise up onto the toes, bringing the heels down. From here, let's go ahead and bend the knees, and you can step or hop between the hands into a forward fold. Holding onto the elbows, nod the head yes, shake the head no. Deep breath in, exhaling out. Then let go of those elbows. You're gonna bend the knees, move yourself all the way down to seated. And then let's roll onto our backs. And bring our feet down to the mat. Arms down to your sides. And with your fingertips, first you're going to use those fingertips to reach towards the front of the mat. The full back is on the ground still. And try to touch the other side of the room with those fingertips as you feel that neck open up. And then from here, you'll use that reach, and that's what brings you up. And we'll do our heel touches from here. So we'll go right, left, total of 20 times. That's 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and some bicycles. So hands behind the head, reaching that left knee to that right elbow. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Bring those knees together, bring yourself all the way up. Hold on to those ankles into that boat pose. And see if you can let go. And we'll do 5 of these next moves where we lengthen the body out along the ground. And then coming all the way up. And again, 3 more. 2 more. And last one. And then go ahead and bring those feet in together. Moving back into a squat here. Let's go ahead and straighten those legs up. Hamstrings are warming up. Tuck the chin. Hold on to those elbows. Nod the head yes. Shake the head no. Hands down to the mat. From here, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees, and we're going to step or hop into plank. Let's move through our vinyasa. Up dog, and back into the down dog. We have some more abs to do. You're going to feel great tomorrow, I promise. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lift that right leg up as high as you can. And you're going to bend that knee all the way forward to touch that right elbow. Reach that leg long, and then left elbow. And we'll do that twice more each side. Breathing in as the leg is high. Exhale as it's forward. And last time. And then from here, you can challenge yourself. You can keep that leg high or bring it down to the down dog. If you keep it high as you move through the vinyasa, it looks more challenging than it is. You just go into the plank, chaturanga, up dog, and into your down dog. And now the other side. Go ahead and lift that left leg, and then bend that knee over to that left elbow. Leg long, and right elbow. Breathing in long, and left, right, twice more each side. I think I just gave myself an adjustment there. Okay, and last one. And then feel free to challenge yourself if you want. It's not too difficult. As you keep that leg high, and just move into your plank. Chaturanga, up dog, into your down dog. And that's moving into the plank. Let's lower onto the knees. Get a little bit of a feel-good stretch going on here. So we're going to go ahead and lift that right arm up towards the sky, and then thread the needle through, reaching it through that left hand and left knee and keep reaching until the head and shoulder rest on the ground, gazing up slightly. And then pressing through that left palm. And you can stay here. You can reach that arm overhead, that left arm, or you can bring it up. Move into a half bind as it bends behind your back and reaches for the leg to hold on to. I'm finding one more breath here. And then releasing out of this, moving to the other side. So right arm up. We just did that side. Left arm up. And then threading the needle through, opposite side, reaching it through that right hand and right knee until the head and shoulder rest. Gaze up as you press through that right hand gently. Should feel good along those shoulder blades. And you can stay here, you can reach that arm up overhead or along the ground, or reach up towards the sky and then bend the elbow. Reaching that hand behind the back, holding on to the leg. Calming the breath. And then releasing out of this, coming back to all fours. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes under, pick up the knees, and push yourselves into a downward dog. From here, let's go ahead and lift that right leg up towards the sky as high as you can. And bend the knee to the chest all the way forward. Let's move into our warrior one. And let's go through a checklist with our warrior one. So back leg is turned out about 45 degrees, the full foot's on the ground. You want to make sure that you have some core engagement, so you're not just letting those ribs flare out, that you're holding on. And with this front knee, make sure you're trying to get it more at a 90-degree angle, and that your knee isn't coming in. Shoulders square with the front. Hands together, gaze up. Then reach those arms forward. Let's find yourselves into a plank. Let's move through the vinyasa. And then back to your down dog. And then left leg up as high as you can. Knee to the chest, all the way forward. Warrior one, other side. And going through that checklist. Back leg turned out so the full foot's on the ground. Knees trying to be at that 90-degree angle. Knee tracking over the toes. Core engagement here, at least attempting to. Hands together, gaze up. And then reaching forward, let's move through our vinyasa, so to our plank. Chaturanga, up dog, and back to the down dog. From here, let's go ahead and bend the knees and step or hop between the hands into a forward fold. And let's hold on to the elbows, nod the head yes, shake the head no. Wiggling out the body. And take a nice deep breath in. Exhaling all the way out. And then let go of those elbows. You're going to go ahead and bend the knees and slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time until you're at standing. You can fix your clothes if you need. All this crazy weather in the hair, there's nothing you can really do about that, right? So we're going to go ahead and move through our sun salutations, and I'll guide you through with breath. So we're going to start with the hands at the heart, and with the feet parallel, you're going to press through the ground. And as we discussed last week, you're really going to try to imagine pressing through the ground with your feet. And the more you do that, you should feel the shoulders relax and the ribs relax. And again, press through the feet. You'll feel your hamstrings engage, that core engages, and then lengthening up through the neck and the crown of the head. And let's go ahead and move through our sun salutations with breath, starting with the breath in. And exhale. Breathing in, reaching those arms down and up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Breathing in, arms up. And exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Long hamstrings, tuck the chin under, breathing in, gazing up halfway. And exhale, all the way back down. On the next inhale, pick up that right leg and move it behind you into a lunge. And then exhale into a down dog. And then breathing in, move through into your up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathing in, right leg forward lunge. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin. Breathing in, arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Finding that neutral press through the feet. Feet are parallel, lengthening through the spine. Breath in and exhale. Breathe in, arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe in, arms up again. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Breathing in, gazing up halfway. And exhale all the way back down. Tucking the chin. Inhale, left leg behind you into a lunge. Exhale into a down dog. Breathing in, move into your up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathing in, left leg forward lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Breathing in, arms up. And then hands to the heart. I'll go through one more time each side, just a little bit faster. So let's see. Everyone here. Hey, Kevin. I think you've been on for a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and have the feet parallel, pressing through the ground, lengthening through the head. Each side a little bit faster. Breath in, exhale, breathe in up into the heart, breathe in up again, and forward fold. Halfway up and back down. Right leg lunge, exhale, down dog, breathe in, up dog, exhale, down, breathe in, right leg forward lunge, exhale, forward fold, breathe in, up, into the heart. Last time, other side, breath in, exhale, breathe in, up, reaching into the heart, breathing out, breathe in, up, exhale, down, inhale, halfway up, and back down. Inhale, left leg behind you, lunge, exhale, down dog, breathe in, up, exhale, down dog, breathe in, left leg, lunge, exhale, forward fold, breathe in, up, into the heart. So from here, we're going to go ahead and bring those feet together so they're parallel, and make sure they're touching this time if they weren't already. And we're going to go ahead and have our hands to our sides. From here, we're going to move straight into a chair. So we're going to bend our knees. And with the feet together, the knees can touch. If you're going to keep your feet a little bit apart, make sure those knees are the same distance as the feet apart, okay? So bending the knees, moving into your chair, reaching those arms up. And the challenge here is, as much as you're trying to reach up with the arms, we're going to battle that by keeping the core engaged. Try not to let those ribs splay out so it keeps the activity going. And from here, we're going to go ahead and pick up that right leg and move it behind us into a warrior one. Going through that checklist, back leg turned out about 45 degrees. Let's open out to a warrior two. Turning that back leg out just a little bit further. Front knees still tracking straight ahead. Reaching those fingertips long, but relax, shoulders down. We're going to upturn that left hand and move into our reverse warrior, up and behind you. Breathing in. And then exhale back into your warrior two. And then sinking down a little bit more if you have this in you. Another breath. And as you exhale, you're going to straighten that front leg. You might want to bring that back leg in a little closer if your legs have gotten a little far apart. From here, you can use a block if you need, and you're probably going to have a block or something similar soon anyway. So again, getting those legs straight again. We're going to shift the hips back, reaching forward with that left arm, moving into our triangle. And so with our triangle, sorry about the loud siren going by. With the triangle, we're going to have that top arm reaching up or moving into a half bind, where it moves behind your back and reaches for the inside of your leg. The arm that's down can stay on the leg. You can also hold on to a block. But remember, your shoulders are stacked. You're not letting it lean forward. You want to keep it open, like your body is in a narrow hallway and you have to fit. Okay? From here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move straight from this triangle into half moon. And so that's where having a block can be helpful for you, or a book or a pillow. You're gonna bring that object a little bit further from you. You can unhook your arm and you're gonna straighten the leg if it's not straightened already, and reach that top arm up. Hips are open. You, of course, don't need to have the block if you want to try to get your balance without it. You can do that as well. And then from here, we're going to move into our warrior three. So we're going to rotate the body down so the shoulders and hips are square with the ground. Really challenging our balance pose here, trying to keep that leg that's out turned in, and then coming all the way up. Here's the ceiling. You're going to bring that right foot forward, and we're going to move into our eagle, so it's going to cross in front of the leg. Really challenging leg endurance here, trying to wrap those toes under. Then that right arm's going to come underneath the left till the hands meet. You're going to reach those arms up. You'll feel a stretch in the shoulders. You can try to sink down to the feet. Send kind words to the standing foot. And then stand all the way up. And shaking that leg out. Hopefully it didn't cramp up on you. Okay. So coming to the front end of the mat, we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Bringing the feet together so that they're parallel and touching. Let's go ahead and move into our chair. So we're going to go ahead and bend the knees and reach those arms forward. And again, reaching the arms up and then challenging our core here to try to keep our ribs from flying up. And go ahead and pick up that left leg and move it behind you into your warrior one. Back leg turned out about 45 degrees. Going through your checklist. Then opening out into your warrior two. Reaching those fingers long, relaxing the shoulders. Broadening the chest, but broadening the back. This is your maximum wingspan here. Upturning that right hand, move it up and behind you, reverse warrior. And breath in. And then coming back into your warrior two. And sinking down just a little bit more if you have it in you. And then straightening that front leg. Bringing that back leg in just a little bit here. And we're going to move into our triangle. So shifting those hips back, reaching forward with the arms, windmilling those arms. And of course, your pick. If you want to just be holding on to the leg or the block. And with that top arm, you can keep it high or move into that half bind where it bends behind you, reaching for the leg. Let in your breath, calm down. And then challenging ourselves by moving into our half moon from here. And so by moving to the half moon, I generally bend that top knee. I'll reach forward for a block, or you could go straight for the ground if you want. As you straighten that leg, keep the hips open. Top arm reaches for the sky. Or again, you can hold on to anything really, Tupperware. Challenging your balance here, finding those wobblies. And then go ahead and move yourself into a warrior three. Bringing that hip down and parallel. Turning that top leg in. And reaching forward with the arms, building the endurance in that standing leg. And then go ahead and come all the way up. And then left leg comes forward, crosses in front of the right. If you can, try to tuck those toes under. Left arm underneath the right until the palms meet. Then reach those arms up, stretching the shoulders, sinking down in the foot and in the knees. And of course, sending some more kind words to the standing leg. And then standing up. Let's go ahead and shake out that foot. I might not need water for my hands and feet after all. Okay, so coming to the front of your mat, facing straight ahead. Let's go ahead and bring the chin to the chest and roll ourselves down one vertebra at a time. all the way into a forward fold. Hold on to those elbows, nod the head yes, shake the head no. Wiggling out the body. Another breath in and exhale. Let's move into another slightly resting pose. We're going to move into our gorilla pose to open up our hamstrings a little bit. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to take your palms of the feet or palms of the hands and place them under the palms of the feet so the toes are at the wrist creases here. And then from here you're going to try to straighten those legs. So engage in the quads, trying to straighten the legs. It's okay if they stay bent a little bit. You're going to let that head drop. And then with your arms and your biceps, you're going to pull yourself down. Again, trying to straighten the knees. And breath in. And exhale. Go ahead and take the hands out from under the feet. Bend the knees and step or hop into plank. Let's go ahead and move through our vinyasa. Back to the down dog. We haven't done very many down dogs today. Rise up onto the toes and bringing the heels down. Let's go ahead and bend the knees and step or hop between the hands. Forward fold. Walking the feet together so they're touching. Like before, we're going to move back into our chair. We're going to go ahead and bend the knees and reach those arms forward and up. And again, you can fan out those toes so you're really sitting in the heels, reaching up. Bring the hands to the heart. From here, let's go ahead and turn to the right, so that left elbow's on the knee. Hands at the heart into this twist. And then from here, go ahead and release out of this, bringing those hands down to the mat. Bring that right leg behind you into a lunge. And then from here, let's go ahead and move into our extended side angle. So you're going to go ahead and turn out that leg that's behind you. Go ahead and put your arm on the knee. I believe it's the left arm on the knee. Long right side here. Reaching along from the fingers to the heel. And then from here, recognize that you can stay here as long as these shoulders are stacked. Or you can pick your variation, where you can pick up that bottom arm. And you're challenging your core to stay upright. Or you can challenge your mobility, bending that top arm behind you and reaching underneath to clasp the hands. And then release out of this. Let's move ourselves into a lunge again. And now lowering our knee down to the mat. Then bringing the left arm on the inside. And staying here, or you can grab your block and you can move down onto the block or down onto the mat, wherever you're at. And allow yourself the freedom to move. And then coming up out of this slightly, let's move into pigeon. You may want to have a block underneath you or not. Bringing that foot on the inside. Left leg long behind you. Squaring the body off with the front of the room. Already feeling that stretch in that leg. And again, don't be shy about using a block or something to put it underneath your hip to help with any torquing in the knee or the ankle. And then finding your pigeon and staying here is fine. In fact, a lot of the moving forward in pigeon isn't necessarily increasing the stretch in the hip, it's just rounding the back, which it's not so much of the focus that we're at right now. We really just want to have the alignment and the stretch of the hip. And taking a deep breath in. Exhale. And one more. And exhale. Let's go ahead and take that block out. And let's find ourselves into a plank. And let's go ahead and move through our vinyasa. Up dog, back to the down dog. Let's rise up onto the toes. Bring the heels down. And from here, bending the knees and step or hop between the hands. Forward fold. Tucking the chin. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk those feet together so they're touching and parallel. Let's go ahead and bend the knees and reach those arms up. Sitting on the heels, toes flared. And then hands to the heart and turn to the side you haven't been to before. So I believe it will be your right side. Elbow on the knee, hands at the heart. And then release out of this. Let's go ahead and move into a lunge with the other leg back, left leg back. Opening up the leg, opening up the hip. And then let's move into our extended side angle here. You're going to turn out that back leg, stack those shoulders. So bringing that right arm on the knee, long side, long left side here. And then your choice of staying here or picking up that bottom arm, challenging your core stability. Or you can challenge your mobility by bringing that top arm behind you and reaching that front arm underneath until the hands clasp. Gazing up, keeping those shoulders stacked. And then releasing out of this, let's move into a lunge facing forward, lowering that left knee down to the mat. Right arm on the inside and staying here. We're starting to lower down. Finding your breath, finding those sticky spots. Coming up slightly out of this, let's go ahead and bring that foot in, moving into our pigeon. Again, trying to square our body off to the front of the room, long leg behind you. And staying here or allowing yourself to move forward and find what works best for you. Finding your breath. And then notice where in your body are you gripping? Can you let go of those quads a little bit? Can you let go of your shoulders a little bit? And finding your breath one more time here. And as you exhale, coming up out of this, go ahead and place those hands onto the mat. Let's find yourselves into a nice strong plank. And let's move through the vinyasa. Back to the down. Our bodies are sufficiently warm. We can start working on a little bit more of stretching here. Let's go ahead and reach that right leg up towards the sky. And bend the knee to the chest, bring it all the way forward. Warrior one. And then straightening that front leg, bring that back leg in a little bit closer. So the back leg's going to be turned out slightly. The shoulders and hips will be square to the front. And from here, you want to bring your hands behind you. They're going to be in a reverse prayer or holding on to your elbows. Okay? And from here, we're going to do a forward fold. And so we're going to start with our back straight, and we're just going to hinge at the hips. Make sure that back hip doesn't open up. And then you find where you just stop. Your hamstrings have reached their limit. And then you can round the back. Tucking the chin under. Taking a breath in. And as you exhale, let go of those arms, reach them down towards the mat. And then we're going to turn to the side, and we're going to be in a straddle forward fold. So you're going to turn to the left. Toes are pointed forward and staying in the forward fold here. And so you can hold on to those elbows. So nod the head yes, shake the head no. Let go of the arms to the mat and the hands at the mat. What you can do here is put them on the mat and push the mat away from you, tucking the chin, or you can reach those hands behind you and use that to try to pull you down. Remember, tucking the chin. Finding your breath. And then go ahead and walk your hands over to the right leg and give it a nice hug. Hold on to those ankles or that ankle. And you can hold on to it and lengthen the spine down towards the leg. And then moving to the other side. And again, same thing. Coming back to the center. And let's go ahead and move facing forward into another lunge. So the right leg is forward. You're going to come up and bring the hands to the heart. And you're going to go ahead and revolve this lunge. You're going to go ahead and turn to the right, trying to place that left elbow on the knee. And breath in. Exhale. And then releasing down into a plank. And let's go through our vinyasa. Back to the down dog. Left leg up as high as you can. Knee to the chest, all the way forward. Into your warrior one. And then straightening that front leg, back leg comes in. And so same thing, bringing those arms down behind you, holding on to the elbows, or reverse prayer. Back leg turned out a little bit, hips and squares, hips and shoulders square to the front. And then don't let that back hip open. Hinge at the hips, flat back, and then you stop. And then let the back round. Tucking the chin. Try not to hold your breath. And then go ahead and release those arms down to the mat. And turning into a straddle forward fold the other way. Toes, feet parallel. Let the head hang. Hands to the mat. And from here, if your hands don't reach the mat, you can get a block or you can widen those feet and push the ground away, tucking the chin or reaching those hands behind you. And pull yourself down, finding your breath. And then relaxing out of this, we're gonna slowly bend that right knee, lengthening that left leg, being nice as we stretch and open up the groin here. And then go to the other side. Even though we're warm doesn't mean we should be fast with muscles we haven't opened up yet. There we go. And moving to the other side. And then back into your fold, tucking the chin. Let's turn face towards the front, left leg forward into a lunge. Let's go ahead and come up, hands to the heart. And let's rotate to the other side. So rotating to the left, bringing that right elbow onto the knee. Notice with every inhale, you become more stable, and every exhale, you can lengthen the spine and increase the twist. One more. And then releasing out of this, let's go ahead and find ourselves into a nice strong plank. Let's move through the vinyasa. And back into the down dog. From here, let's go ahead and move into our plank. Let's move on to our bellies. Let's start more of the cool down. And let's go ahead and bring our chin to the mat, or one cheek to the mat. And bend the knees, let the feet go side to side. Windshield wiper. And then go ahead and turn and face the other way. And then go ahead and lengthen those legs out along the mat, chin to the mat. From here, you're going to go ahead and reach towards the back of the room with those fingertips. And keep reaching. It's going to open up the space around the shoulder and the neck. Toes reach towards the back into your locust. And coming down and reset. And then again, reaching with those fingers, touch the back of the room, toes reach and touch, and keep reaching, and back down, and reset, and one more time, reaching with those toes and fingers, reach, 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 all the way down, hands under the shoulders, pushing yourself into a child's pose. So knees nice and wide, and again, sinking down into the mat. Go ahead and take a deep breath in, and exhaling all the way out. And again, using those hands to see if you can push the mat away, sinking deeper into this pose. And just spend a few moments with your inhale and exhale, trying to keep that exhale a little bit longer than your inhale to help lower the heart rate. Another breath in, twice as long, exhale. And then from here, let's go ahead and use those hands to walk us all the way upright. We're going to sit down and swing our legs out in front of us. And with our feet straight ahead, we're going to go ahead and reach those arms up towards the sky, and we're going to move into a seated forward fold. So from here, you first want to reach up and try to touch the ceiling with your fingers, and then you're going to paint the longest arc possible with those fingers, and while you do that, it'll maximize the forward fold. And then wherever the hands end up, use that to pull yourself down further. And remember, all forward folds, seated or standing, tuck the chin under to increase the stretch of your posterior chain, and flexing those feet if you can. So from toe through the back to the crown of your head, you're maximizing that stretch. And with every inhale, feel yourself stable, and every exhale, your body deepens into the pose. And breathing in. Exhaling all the way down. And one more. All the way. And then letting yourself come all the way upright. From here, let's go ahead and pick up that right leg. And from here, you're either going to hold on to the foot, put the foot at the wrist crease, or put it in at the elbow. And you're going to hold on to your leg here and feeling nice stretch along the hip. And with this, play around with this move. Maybe just hanging out here works for you, or you can push that foot into the arm into the foot, bring that leg up or down. You can lean back, bring it into you. And just address all the muscle fibers. And then go ahead and let that foot cross over, and hugging that knee to the chest. And as you hug that knee in, feel your spine lengthen up through the crown of the head. Then reach behind you with your right arm into a twist. Breathing in, stabilizing. And as you exhale, the stretch increases. And then release out of this, foot on the inside of the leg. Let's go ahead and reach forward into a single-legged forward fold. And just pull yourself down wherever you're at. And remember, tuck that chin and that head. And staying here, moving into the bind where the arms move around and the hands hold on to each other behind you. Breath in and exhale down. And then releasing out of this, let's move to the other side. We're nearing the end of class here. So picking up that left leg and holding onto the foot, or foot at the wrist crease or the elbow crease, and holding on to the leg and trying to bring it closer to, if you can, pressing the foot into the elbow, making more of a twist, unwinding the other way, up or down. You can even try to lean forward a bit if that's what you want. And then let that foot cross over. And hugging the knee to the chest and feel your spine lengthen. And reaching that left hand behind you, breathing in. And as you exhale, increase the twist, increase the stretch. Another breath in. Exhale, increase. And then release out of this, foot onto the inside of that leg. And then go ahead and reach forward into a single leg forward fold, pulling yourself down. And then if you want to add a bind to this, you'll just reach those arms out until the hands meet to open up the shoulders as you remember to tuck the chin and flex the foot. And bind your breath in. And as you exhale, sink down further. And one more. And down. And then coming up out of this, go ahead and lengthen both legs out along the mat. You're going to want to get your strap here next, okay? So what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to hold on to your knees, roll onto your backs, and rock side to side. And then you're going to go ahead and lengthen that left leg out along the mat. And then with your strap, or you can just hold on to the leg too, you're going to straighten that leg up. And then you're just going to start to bring it towards you. And you can always play around. You can turn that foot in and pull it in, turn that foot out, or that leg out. You can point, and then open that leg out to the side. Feeling that stretch change. Again, you can point, you can flex, take a breath in, and exhale. See what you can relax to increase the stretch. And then go ahead and cross that leg over to the opposite side, and then gaze out to the right. Feeling your lungs expand with air, and then let out all the excess air. Rolling onto your back, hugging both knees to the chest. And let's do the other side. So lengthen that right leg along the mat, straighten that left leg up. Go ahead and put a strap around the foot and start to bring that leg to you. And again, you can play around with turning that leg in a little bit, turning it out, see if that makes a difference, pointing, flexing. And then opening that leg out to the side. See if you can relax the hip flexor on the opposite side. How much of your muscles can you let go? And then let's go ahead and cross that leg over to the opposite side. Gaze out to the left. Take a breath in. Let it all out. And one more breath. And then rolling onto your back, hugging both knees to the chest. And let's lengthen our legs out along the mat. Feet mat width apart. Placing the hands under the head. Give yourself a nice gentle distraction and let the head rest on the ground. Arms to the sides, eyes closed, palms up. And feel the footprint of your body on the ground. Notice where your legs make contact with the ground and how it's different on each side. Notice how it's different in the arms. And when you next inhale, notice your belly rise, and on the next exhale, feel it drop. And spend the next few moments focusing on your breath And with every exhale, see if you can deepen the footprint that your body's making. And then go ahead and start to wiggle the fingers and the toes and slowly turn the head side to side. And then on the next breath, reaching those hands up overhead. Nice stretch, rolling over onto one side. And take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and push yourself all the way up to seated. And bringing your hands to your heart and remembering to honor your body for all the movement it gave you throughout class and for all the movement it's going to give you throughout the day. Namaste. Thank you guys for taking this morning yoga class. Hopefully your day is off to a great start. Any questions, definitely send me some comments. And we will continue on next week. I think this class was a little harder than last week, and if you like the increased intensity, let me know, and we'll move forward from there. Again, my name is Stephanie Johnson, and you guys have a wonderful week.